you know what, just keep getting higher and higher in the rankings is my motivation, and continuing to be a part of the UFC. It's such a household name now. I really pride myself in the fact that I've been a part of it for so long, and I continue to be a part of it. So I wear I carry that UFC pride with me every day.
I'd like to see it grow the way it has.
It's been amazing. Thinking back, my first fight in the UFC was at UFC 58, and to look at where it was then and where it is now is just unbelievable.
Sam, Gabriel from MMAcanada.net. Just wondering how you feel this matchup stacks up for you. How you've been training and all that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of factors in this fight. I just got a switch of opponent 2.5 weeks ago. It's a very different opponent, but there's a lot of things that I was doing getting ready for Isaac Vallie-Flagg that are going to translate well to James Krause. So, I couldn't be in better shape than I am right now. I'm healthy, and the game plan, when you're fighting a guy with a lot of reach. Originally, I was going to fight Isaac Vallie-Flagg, who's really presses forward, so I was working on a lot of head movement and angles. Now I'm fighting a guy with a lot of reach, so I'm using a lot of head movement and angles. So there's some things that I can take and from the last game plan and carry them over to this one. So I feel really confident about it, and the fact that I'm fighting at home, and he's on my turf, and it's his first fight in the UFC. I think that's going to be some extra stress. It's going to give me another advantage. So I think it's going to be a great night for me.
Is that kind of as a mental motivation as you go forward? Like, this is his first fight in the UFC, and
definitely,
and so long?
I can't count on him having the first fight jitters, but it's I've experienced it before. It's definitely something that he's been trying to get into the UFC for a long time, and now this is his big chance. So, but that being said, he took the fight on short notice. He's a relatively unknown guy, and he's got a lot to gain and not much to lose. So if you look at it, it all depends on how you look at it. So really, I'm just going out there. I've trained as hard as I can. I haven't taken him for granted, and I won't take him for granted. And I'm going to go out there and just do everything I can to implement my game plan.
He's had some big fights. So if you've gone back and were able to look at any of his past fights, they haven't gone his way, but he's been in some fights with some quality guys.
Yeah, he's fought some very good guys. Most of the big name opponents he's fought, he hasn't come out with the win, but he's tough and he poses some interesting threats. Anytime you fight a guy who's 6'2" at 155 pounds, I think that's his biggest threat. His reach, he's really good with his guillotines and Darce chokes. He's got long limbs. They're always dangerous with triangles and arm bars and stuff. So, I'm going to be ready for it.
You mentioned, preparing for a guy that comes forward. Isaac was like 6 inches shorter than James. So, did you make any adjustments with training partners to get the taller guy?
Definitely. I had to do a last-minute scramble when I got the change of opponent, but I got some guys that I did all my sparring for the last 2 weeks with guys 6 foot and 6 and above. So, it's not going to be the first time I look at a tall guy. I fought tall guys before, and I train with tall guys all the time. So I know what I need to do. I've watched tape on James Krause. I know what his tendencies are, and I prepared for him as best as I possibly can.